All right, tonight's Thoughts from 5D is called Letting Yo Nuts Hang. This is Thoughts from 5D. All right, so oombity boombity, letting your nuts hang. So I don't know, man. The long story short, the TLDR of this video is that okay, let's say it like this. I listen to a lot of spiritual information, right? And I was listening to this thing. This is years ago. I'm telling you a story from years ago. And this dude was asking like the teacher or whatever, I have all these great ideas. I have all these ideas to revolutionize housing and water and transportation. And I just want to, how can I get sorry, I just blew my whole fucking flow. Richard Branson to fund me. All I need is Richard Branson, right? And the teacher's like, well, are you treating Richard Branson as an equal or someone above you? And he's like, well, he has all this money and I don't have the money, and he has the money, so he needs to give me the money. And the teacher was basically like, brah, T.I. style. Brah, ain't no money coming your way. What did they say? I wish I knew. I was going to say Duke, because that's like what Mobb Deep would say. I don't think that's what Patna. I got to learn to say Patna like T.I. Patna. I don't know. I got to learn. I'll practice and I'll get back to you. Okay, we'll circle back, Jen Psaki style. All right, so the point is that Bra wasn't treating Richard Branson as an equal, right? And that, like, if you treat the world like they're these people that are above you, and you disempower yourself and your perspective and your capacities and capabilities, and I'm just about to repeat myself, but it's like the genius you have inside of you, then like, dude, who needs you? Who wants some fucking parasitic leech running up on them like, I have the good ideas and you have the money. We should be a team. And it's like, bitch, how you thought I got the money? I'm the one with the good ideas. Your whack ass ideas they didn't get you shit. Why should I expect your new ideas? Well, no, obviously there's some caveats, but so anyway, the point of this is really just that, like, to me, letting your nuts hang is treating people like equals, right? Is sort of like removing yourself from the social status hierarchy and just calling it like you see it. Like Kanye said it so well. What did he say? He said, like, stop making something with reality or with God, like making plans, strategies. He's such a genius. Stop making something with God. Deals. I don't know what it was. It was kind of like a let go thing. It's like, stop trying to stay at the top of the social hierarchy. Stop doing this. Now, obviously, you can be a fucking retard and, you take what I say and you just like burn it all down with like no way forward because you ain't him. But I feel like I have fallen victim to this fallen victim. I don't even want to claim victimhood. That's so whack. I have looped into this thing of like, well, I'm just me and there's this person and they're bigger than me, and like, even though like I totally disagree, like I shouldn't speak up because I'm just nobody and they're somebody. And Dude, I finally got it. I just reject that frame. And you know what's interesting? Here's some thoughts from rejecting that frame. One of the things that I say a lot that I don't hear a lot from many people that I think is one of my better shticks is that, like, oftentimes when you do the thing you're afraid to do, the thing you were afraid is going to happens. So, for instance, let's say that you're at a conference and like there's some big speaker. Let's say it's like, you know, the CEO of Google or something, and like you like totally disagree. Or it's like George Bush or Bill Clinton, you know, somebody like that, right? And you're just like, dude, this is fucking bullshit. And you're like, you want to just like say your piece, like, I don't agree, right? And not in that crazy person way, like, you know how people do that, and then they like drag them out, security drags them out. But you just want to say, like, this is what I actually think. I don't agree. And then when they try to move on, you're like, no, what is it? What it is? And people are like, oh, point is that I notice I say point is a lot. Interesting. You know, people have these speech patterns. I guess that's one of my speech patterns. Point is that you're likely to get shouted down, you know? There's a lot of Karens out there that, like, I don't know, they like want to, you know, they want to play, I don't know, maybe they want to get brownie points or something for you know, like sticking up for the status quo or something. I don't know. But it's like, you got to be prepared for that, right? And so to me, that's like the biggest fear, because think about it. Humans are social creatures. And like in the ancient days, I hope everybody watching this channel is smart enough to know this. In the ancient days, if you get like ostracized from the tribe, like that's it, you're dead, right? So everybody, there's like this innate fear. At least is what they say. Who knows if evolutionary psychology is even fucking real and just more made up bullshit? Who knows? But it makes sense. It's plausible, you know, that thus the fear of public speaking, of social ostracism, etc. And so, like, if you're going to voice an unpopular opinion and thus let yo nuts hang, then you're risking that. You're risking social ostracism. And one of the forms that can take is being shouted down, right? Because being shouted down is like the opposite of social proof. You know, social proof is like, +1. This guy's the shit, you know, and being shouted down is like, this guy gives me the ick. He's creepy and weird. Don't listen to him, or you too may be the winner of the social ostracism prize. So, nevertheless, what I will say is that the felt lived experience of letting your nuts hang, and hopefully you do it in a way that is like, not so far over the line. Because, like, Tupac went too far, right? When he's like, I fucked your bitch, to Biggie, all that stuff. And it's like, you create, I don't think there's a need to, like, just antagonistically create enemies. I think I can imagine how you can get high on your own supply. I mean, Tupac was super young. He's taken L's to the dome all day. Like, I get it, but I'm not advocating that. I just want to be very clear, But the upside of this is the lived experience of self-empowerment. So it's like, I can imagine now pretty easily, like, talking to Richard Branson and Elon Musk and like viewing them as an equal and respectfully, right? I think, at least, because like they've achieved a lot, and I think that they've achieved kind of objectively like a lot more than I have, right? So it's like this, it's kind of like this, I don't know, it's nuanced, right? My take, I like to think, is pretty nuanced. It's like this observing where you stand and at the same time not just cowering because of that, and being willing to call a spade, even if the person calling a spade a club, I guess, is much higher on the social status hierarchy than you. Because fundamentally, calling a spade is like, it's, you know, to use Jordan Petersonian terms, it's like an act in the pursuit of truth objectively. Like it's a logo. Would you call it like a logosic? I like it. I don't know if that's a word, but it should be, right? It's a logosic act. It's an act in service of the logos. And I think that that's like fundamentally valid, and that one who pursues truth for its own sake is rewarded with their lived experience of being alive. So I think that was pretty good. You know, I hope those with eyes to see can see, and those with ears to hear can hear, and the rest of you can go fuck yourself. Peace.
Otis5D.xyz.
Go fuck yourself.